Hello everyone and welcome to Theme Park Worldwide. Well, we're back here at home after our epic 25-day trip across Asia. We had an absolutely amazing time, didn't we?
It was so nice going out to Asia for my very first time and see all the parks, and we have loved taking you guys along with us.
It really has been an incredible adventure. Firstly, from the both of us, just want to say thank you so much for all of your support, for watching all the different videos, interacting with us along the way. It really was a special trip. And for me, just getting back out there to those Disney parks after 7 years, seeing all the new things, and also seeing all of Charlotte's first reactions as well. It really was just so special for me.
I am so glad that I have finally ticked off all of the Disney parks. The Asia Disney parks are parks that I never thought I'd be able to get to see, so I'm so glad that I got to go out there because there was some amazing stuff there.
Just seeing like Charlotte's first reactions to it all, I'm sure you felt it in the videos as well, was just something that was really special. So I love that so much, and just seeing the new things along the way as well. 7 years is a long time, you know, and some of them parks look completely different, new areas, new rides. We had some emotional moments along the way with some of the rides, didn't we?
Like coming off Frozen, we was in tears because it was so immersive. They'd done such a good job. Oh, it was brilliant.
Beauty and the Beast, that was another one, you know, and just so many moments. That's the thing with Disney parks, they bring out the emotion, don't they? So that was certainly the highlight of the trip, seeing the different Disney parks out there. And we've got a full highlights reel coming up at the end of this. We just wanted to talk about a few of our highlights now, and also just a few things to bear in mind if you are planning a trip like this. And also, we've had a lot of questions asking how much does it cost to do something like this, so stay tuned, going to talk about that as well. But yeah, overall some highlights. I mean, we spoke about some of the emotional moments there for us, but I think what was your favourite part, your favourite resort of the trip?
I think my favourite resort of the trip has got to be Tokyo Disneyland. It was amazing. Like, the Tokyo Disneyland resort was just amazing. Like, I was blown away. The theming of those parks was just incredible.
It is amazing, and obviously with Tokyo Disney Resort, it's completely different to the other resorts out there because it's the only one that isn't owned by Disney at all. It's owned by the Oriental Land Company, and they basically pay like a franchise for Disney for the IP and the Imagineers to build the attractions, and it makes it the best, the most detailed, because they just throw money at these attractions and you can really see that. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. For me, likewise, that was my favourite resort, but just seeing lots of new things along the way was fantastic. Shanghai, you've just seen them videos at the end, that was amazing, completely different. Hong Kong, we had a great time there and loved seeing Frozen, but overall Disney, just getting to all their major
100%.
parks, I'd 100% recommend going out to them. We love the Disney parks in the US and of course in Paris, but it's so nice to see different things, isn't it?
It is. It's nice to be able to travel to the different Disney parks and see other stuff. And like with the Tokyo Disney Resort, this is where the money is getting spent. This is where the money is going. Like, and you can definitely see that when you step inside those gates because it is amazing.
All 12 Disney parks around the world are magical experiences and are amazing. Some of the best parts in the world, but in Japan, they take it to the next level. Along with that, though, we did do a lot of other parks, including 2 Universal resorts for the first time. We way back at the start of the trip, like a month ago now, Universal Beijing. That place blew us away, didn't it?
I loved that part. Like, the Jurassic World dark ride was incredible. Like, the animatronics in there was so good, but the park was just so nice. It was a lot nicer than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like a ground-up park, only a few years old. Universal have just designed that to perfection, in my opinion. Walking around all them different areas, the theming, the immersion. That was a really good way to kick off the trip. Yeah, Universal Beijing, absolutely incredible, and we'll definitely head back there in the future. From looking at plans, I think that's built for expansion, that resort. So yeah, I look forward to seeing where that goes. We did Universal Studios Japan. You know, it was nice to go there and see it. I don't think we hit it at the best time because there was a lot of rides closed. It felt very empty, but still, we did get to see Super Nintendo World. We got on some other great rides as well, and we had a good time still, didn't we?
We got to meet Toad, and that was one thing that I was really excited about. But in returns to the park, they really need to work on putting some new attractions in there, because that side of the park, there's just hardly anything down there at all. They really need to work on bringing stuff to that side of the park for future visits.
Yeah, like, it was great seeing it. We had a good time, but I feel like we didn't hit it at the best time. Yes, we'll go back at some point in the future. I wouldn't be in a rush to go back, but we definitely will do it at some point, and hopefully by then they'll have sorted out the capacity issues and get some more attractions in there. We went to South Korea for the first time, like a country that had been on my bucket list for quite some time. If you remember, quite a few years ago, I did like a bucket list coasters video. T-Express was on there, there, so it was so nice to get there. The parks were rammed, it was heaving. I remember when we got to our first park there, Lotte World, and we just saw it, the queues at the entrance, it was heaving, wasn't it?
We got to the parks, we was like, oh, we're going to get plenty of rides, and then we rocked up and we was like, oh my gosh, these parks are so busy, but we did make the most of it and got some rides in, which is the main thing.
Lotte World, I knew it was going to be good, but honestly, it was just incredible, that park. Like the dark rides, the atmosphere there.
Really good.
We had an amazing time. The laughs we had, like on that spinner, that underground coaster.
That was so good.
So many laughs. Like we had, just remembering that now and putting the highlights together for this video. Like that was just such a funny moment. One of the highlights of the trip. Everland, again, to get on TX Express was incredible. Seeing the park, the location was really nice. Very much enjoyed that. Soulland, we had a laugh there, didn't we? We had a laugh. It was a rainy start to the day, but we were like having rides to ourselves there, weren't we?
It was just so quiet, and we got to see like rotting Epcot as well.
Literally was like rotted Epcot. But no, that was really nice. I loved that time in South Korea,
really
seeing it
good.
all. Like, of course, it was just really special, just getting to see somewhere new for the first time. And we just did some really nice things there, which I really enjoyed. And that's the thing for this trip. It was not just about doing the big parks. It was about doing some of the smaller things along the way as well. In Japan, of course, we did the smaller parks there that we wanted to do. I say smaller parks. I say smaller, but not as in
really tiny parks.
not tiny parks, but just like Nagashima and Fuji-Q, not major as in like Disney Universal, some more original parks, and it was really nice to do them, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing those, like getting on Ejanaka. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I did it, but oh god, I don't think I'd be able to go on that again. It was too much.
It can be too much for some people, but you got to think when you go out to Asia, the operations are completely different. You got to bear that in mind. So things are a lot slower, a lot more safety conscious, like extra safety. And it takes a long time, but it was fantastic getting there. Nagashima, we had a couple of days there. Hakugai, absolutely amazing. Steel Dragon 2000, that was a great part, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed it. It was a little bit of a shame that some of the rides were closed that wasn't advertised, but we did make the most of it, and we got plenty of rides in at those parks.
Yeah, that's the thing. I managed to re-ride there, and that was fantastic. But overall, what a trip, like what a journey. I'd love to know which vlogs you've enjoyed the most. So make sure you comment down below on the video and let us know some of your favourite moments and also which parks you've enjoyed seeing the most. But no, what an absolutely amazing trip. Each June we love to do something big. Obviously last year we did our 25 parks around the USA. This year we're all set on doing Asia, and it's been a busy year for us this year for international travel. We've done so much this year, and it's all thanks to your support, so honestly thank you so much. Now before we put the highlights reel in just a few minutes time, there's just a few things that I wanted to talk about, because obviously we read all the comments, whether that's on the YouTube channel comments, over on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like, we're always there reading through the comments. There's just a few things that I just wanted to mention that have been cropping up that I thought we'd get in. So firstly, one of the questions that we've seen a lot is, how have you got on with just backpacks on this trip? How have you got on, Charlotte?
Like, we have got on absolutely fine. We've seen so many comments like, I can't believe you're just taking a backpack. The thing is though, when you've got a suitcase, you end up taking stuff that you don't need. A lot of the time on this trip, we was getting trains, we was getting buses, we was getting flights. We couldn't be checking bags in. We needed to take a backpack, and we was just washing our clothes along the way, and it was absolutely fine.
Yeah, that went well. I mean, there was one night at Universal where we had to lay all the clothes out because the dryer wasn't working. But you know what? These things happen. Like, it was only a small thing. But yeah, we got on absolutely fine. I think for me, like, if we'd have took even like a small wheelie suitcase, like, parts of this trip would have been very hard. If you're doing something of this nature, traveling between all these different countries and parks, on them public transport options, then yeah, you do need a backpack to make it easier, in my opinion. Pack light, pack what you need, wash along the way, and you're getting absolutely fine. It's amazing now we've got back. We've got like a full wardrobe of clothes to pick through.
I've got so many clothes to choose from, but it's like Sean was saying, like, if you are doing what we was doing, a lot of the time the parks, you can't get a locker big enough to fit a suitcase in, so you just need to bear that in mind. Definitely,
if you're planning something of this nature. Another question that kept coming up was, of course, about payments, because we did mention this quite a lot in the vlogs, about, which place accepted card, cash, Alipay, of course, in China. That's something that varied country by country, wasn't it, really?
So with Alipay, when you're in China, you need to make sure that you've got mobile data. You need to have internet, or Alipay won't work. They won't accept a normal bank card, so you need to make sure that you've got Alipay. We got on absolutely fine with it, but if you haven't got internet, it's not going to work.
Yeah, so bear that in mind. Wi-Fi isn't always available. That's something else to mention. Even at the Disney parks, for example, the Wi-Fi isn't as consistent as you'd find at maybe the Florida parks, especially in Japan. There's only Wi-Fi at the entrance, so you've got to bear that in mind. But yeah, for like Alipay, you do need internet. Something that we did get was Airalo, which is fantastic. Like we use that quite a bit, and then basically it's a cheaper way of just getting data whilst you're abroad instead of just paying for a data package. And you can look into doing that. But yeah, you've got to bear that in mind. And then you go to like other countries, and then it's some places cash only, aren't they?
Yeah, so you need to make sure that you've got plenty of cash on you. A lot of the time for public transport, we found it was literally cash only. Like, they would not accept card, even though there was card machines there. They wouldn't accept it. So just make sure that you've got enough cash. You can draw cash out of an ATM, but just make sure you've got plenty on you just in case. Yeah,
like Japan especially. Like, we drew some more money out of a cash machine, but yeah, you want to make sure that you've got enough cash for Japan. In the Disney park and stuff like, you can still pay card, but you need to make sure you've got it for public transport and things outside of the parks. There's bits, of course, that we didn't cover in the videos, like when we go around some of the cities and stuff. And yeah, you just definitely need to make sure that you've got cash on you. So yeah, it's one of them. Do your own research. But yeah, there's a lot to think about in terms of, should we take cash? Should we, take card? And all that sort of stuff as well. Now, talking of money, how much does it cost to plan something like this is a question that I've had. Now, this is something that you can't really fully answer because it depends on what you want to do in terms of, where you eat, what merchandise you're going to buy, all that kind of stuff. However, for our trip, per person, it was about £6,000 per person. So the total cost of the trip was about £12,000. So there you go. You can work it out day by day if you want to. That's what it cost, about 12 grand to do the full trip for the both of us across 25 days. Bear in mind, we did stay in some nice accommodation throughout. You could do it quite a bit cheaper if you didn't stay in the nicer accommodation. Along with that as well, we also, did some extra things like the vacation package at Tokyo Disney to guarantee us that access into Fantasy Springs. There's things that you could cut back on to do it a bit cheaper, but then a lot of other things, like we don't go for fancy meals and stuff, do we either?
Actual food inside the park for what we wanted, we found pretty reasonable. We worked out that for the whole time we was away, we spent under £500 on like food, merchandise, drinks, which isn't too bad.
Per person.
Yeah, per person. So that isn't too bad. Like if you was to go to like the Florida park, you'd spend about £1,000 on food.
It's a lot cheaper, especially in Japan. I know that the yen's quite weak at the moment, which did help for it being cheaper. But yeah, that's the food there was really cheap.
It was good, reasonable prices.
Yeah, it was in terms of the most expensive of the park food. That was in Hong Kong, near the end of the trip, wasn't it? Really,
Hong Kong's food was pretty expensive.
Yeah, and then say Shanghai was a little bit cheaper than Hong Kong, but then Tokyo, you just get like a fries and it was like £1.50.
Brilliant.
Hong Kong and Shanghai, you're talking more £4 or £5 mark. Park tickets as well are a lot cheaper than what you'd expect from some of these major parks. Again, you think Disney and Universal, naturally you always still think of the American prices, but they are a lot cheaper when you do the parks out there. Booking through official websites, sometimes, especially in Japan, there's certain hotels and things that you can't book officially through the park websites, like Nagashima. I had to book that through Trip, so yeah, that's something else that I wanted to get in. I use Trip and other booking websites like Expedia sometimes. For Beijing, for booking the hotel there, again, that was booked through Trip because we're from the UK, we couldn't book it through the Chinese website. All these different things to think about. I'm not gonna lie, if you are planning on doing an Asia trip, it's the most kind of complicated trip that you will ever do. There's a lot to do it, and I'd rather tell you that if you are planning it, because I don't want you to go there and be like, oh, everything's going to be easy and plain sailing, because it's not. But you know what, you will have an amazing time, and there's just so much out there to see. It's a part of the world that doesn't get explored that much, especially for theme parks, so it's just so nice to go there. It's refreshing, it's new stuff, it's amazing stuff, and we just absolutely loved it, didn't we?
Oh, it was so good. But like Sean said about the planning, sometimes you'll go to a subway station and your station is in symbols and you're having to try and work it out. It is quite hard, but once you've got the gist of it, I think we did pretty well.
I do, get a Translate app as well, like Google Translate on your phone. Majority of people, at the end of the day, English is spoken everywhere around the world in some capacity. We got on fine with the language barrier. It's about keeping it simple sometimes when you're asking things, pointing, and everyone's really friendly, in Japan especially. South Korea was also a really friendly place and was lovely. Yeah, just bear that in mind, there's a lot to it. And then, overall, what went wrong? I mean, not that much, to be honest. With a trip like this, we were relying on connecting flights, making sure that we were getting trains, buses, hotels. in the grand scheme of things, only a few things didn't go to plan, really.
Yeah, like sometimes when you're doing a trip like this, you think, oh my God, if a flight gets delayed, and it's like, I've got a connection to get a bus, and then obviously when we've done other times when it was like, a bus leaves at this time, we need to make sure we're at that bus, get into certain trains and stuff. It's just making sure that you've got really good timekeeping to be able to get to the times that you need to be.
Yeah, and if you are planning on doing a similar trip to this, I know a lot of people look at our trips and then do something very similar. What I recommend doing is have your travel day as a full day, instead of like flying after park close or flying in the morning, because that's what I did when I booked this, because then I thought, oh, if our flight is delayed by 3 or 4 hours, it's not going to affect the itinerary of the trip. All of our travel days, other than right at the end when we flew home after Shanghai Disney, literally all of our flights were on their own separate days, so it didn't affect it. If it had been delayed for 8 hours, it wouldn't have been great, but it wouldn't have affected our schedule because we had that as a full travel day in place. So yeah, bear that in mind. The things that I think of that went wrong, obviously the major one was near the end there with getting into China for Shanghai again. I say it went wrong. Actually, it was just their procedures. We're taking the passports off. We were worried, but you know what? It worked out fine.
It did. Like, we was at the desk and we was like, oh my God, we're not getting in. But that is just their procedure to do it. So if you are going over there, also make sure that you've got everything printed out when you are going to enter in China. Like, print out your onbound flight and make sure that it's got your name on it, because it needs to have your name on. And also print out where you're actually going to be staying. And so it shows where you're going to be staying when you are in that area.
Yeah, then you can do that. Or carry a pen. That's another top tip. So you can always fill out these forms and arrival cards and things. That was the biggest worry. Another one which was quite funny, but at the time we were a bit like, where are we going? Was finding that hotel in South Korea.
Oh my
that was a funny
gosh,
night.
Like that was stressful. That was, because we was like, it's getting late. We was like, where is this hotel? And we actually worked out that we trekked like in the complete opposite direction to where we was going. But it was because the Ramada didn't have their sign lit up.
It wasn't lit up, and also it was in like a complex, not like off a main road. You had to go in and round like this little complex to get to it. So yeah, that was quite a funny one. And obviously some of the parts were busy, so we did miss out on doing a few things. In terms of missing out on major things though, we didn't get to any park and thought, oh, we've missed out on that ride, it's shut. We knew what was going to be closed for the trip, Fujiyama at Fuji-Q, Jaws at Japan. We knew about them things before, so really we didn't have any big moments where we thought, oh no, we didn't miss anything big. Yeah, the whole thing went really well. I'm really happy with how it went. It was an absolutely amazing journey, and I look forward to heading back again to Asia. Certainly it won't be 7 years before going back to some of them parks, especially Japan. Fell in love with it. I know there's a lot of smaller parks in Japan, so maybe at some point we'll look at doing just a Japan trip and doing all the smaller bits and things in between as well. Lovely country. I'd love to see more of it, you know.
Oh, it was so nice. We've had a lot of you ask, like, why have we done this part? Why have we done this part? The issue is if we kept adding parks, we would be away for so long. We just wanted to prioritise the main bits, because if we kept adding on, we'd have just been there for ages.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I really wanted to get to a new country, South Korea, this time as well. See what we wanted to. And then next time we head out there, now Charlotte's done it all as well, we can pick and choose the bits we want to do, and then some new bits as well. But there we go. That does bring us to near the end of this video. But I've got one more thing to share with you all, and that is our highlights reel from our absolutely amazing June 2024 Asia trip. Before I put that in, I just want to say thanks again so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. Enjoy the highlights reel, and we will see you all in the next video. Here we go. Here's the highlights from our epic Asia trip. Well, the time has come for the start of our 2024 trip across Asia.
We cannot wait to take you guys along with us on this epic adventure.
Well, we're here at the first part of our June 2024 Asia trip. We're here in China at Universal Studios Beijing. No matter where you are around the world, there's something so special about walking into the Wisdom World. Look at this. Cannot describe how incredible that was.
How is this possible? That was incredible.
I was crying, Charlotte. Woo! I tell you what, you can't beat that Jurassic Park score. show you where we've been staying. In this huge hotel that you can see behind us, that is built right above the entrance to the park. It's known as the Universal Studios Grand Hotel. Whoa! The bed test, China edition.
So comfortable, so comfy.
And chocolate times 5 is ready, and look at this. With day number 2 here at Universal Studios Beijing. Oh, it's got some airtime, man. That is delicious. My favourite Universal park anywhere in the world. I love it here, Charlotte.
It has been excellent. The theming at this park is just incredible, and it has got one of our favourite dark rides in the entire world.
But it's time to say goodbye to Beijing, China, and hello to South Korea. So welcome to Seoul Station here in South Korea. Right, change of plan. We realised we didn't actually want to go and cross the road. We wanted to be in the middle of the road just here. And today we're here at Lotte World.
We are in for a very busy day today, but we're going to make the most of it.
Hey, and there it goes. French Revolution. This is an Intamin twist and turn coaster, one of only 3 in the world. Never done one of these before. That is some of the most fun I've ever had on a ride. Like, that was just ridiculous, wasn't it?
That was excellent. That was so unique. Like, we was laughing the whole way around. That was brilliant.
Resort in South Korea for our first ever visit.
We are in for another very busy day. Outside at the entrance, it is packed.
Oh, there he is. Chewing on some bamboo. Oh, it's worth coming on here just for the views. Look at that. Looks incredible. So many airtime hills. In terms of the ride experience, the first drop was amazing. Definitely one of the best first drops on a wooden coaster. We're going backwards. We're moving into boomerang. Hey. The Toma Junior coaster. Oh wow! It's literally doing somersaults! Wow! I've never seen anything like it. That was incredible.
Sean, what are you doing?
I'm spinning my shoes off. Today we're here at Seoul Land.
Sean, look. There's no crowds. There's nobody here. It's so quiet.
Literally.
It's not very rude.
No, I've got my bag here and everything. I don't even quite like it.
Oh no, there's people coming behind.
There we go. It's better. I'll hold my bag up here. It's all right. Charlotte was nearly in the trough on that.
I didn't even have time to scream at that point.
Today we're here at Legoland Korea.
So this park opened back in 2022, so it's quite a new park, so I'm looking forward to see how Merlin have done building a brand new theme park.
Well, we just stepped off the Lego Factory Adventure Ride for the first time, and I thought that was absolutely brilliant from start to finish.
What a great ride that was, I really enjoyed that.
This is spectacular. All the mountains, wow. Oh! No! Oh, blimey. Ah! No! Oh, in the face. Oh, God! Oh, it's so salty as well. Everyone's being horrible. Everyone's loving it.
Bad decision from you, Sean.
You wait, Charlotte. You're going to get it at some point.
Oh!
You're going to get it. Watch this space, viewers.
Soaked.
So in the morning, we're actually going to be flying out here from Seoul over to Tokyo, Japan.
Oh, happy days when Charlotte goes to get you a Dunkin' Donut. There we go, fantastic. She's bringing it up for me. I'm so happy to be back here. Look at this. Oh, how nice are these monorails? Like, I love how the Mickey shows.
Wow!
That's fantastic. Oh. Right here in the centre of Tokyo, and it's Tokyo Dome City.
Great when you come from the subway station and see Thunder Dolphin. It looks fantastic.
Okay, everyone, welcome to Theme Park Worldwide. Well, we're here on the Big O Wheel.
The snow glows white on the map tonight. Not a footprint to see.
Here's the log flume.
Well, we're here at the Tokyo Disney Resort, ready for our first day here at Tokyo Disney Sea.
I have got the burger ears on and we cannot wait for today.
I'm getting emotional again, like just seeing this. Oh, it is so nice to be back here. For someone that loves theming and immersion, there's no other park quite like it. Oh! As we make our way into Hotel Hightower. And here we go on Aquatopia. Now there's actually a track hidden under the water.
I didn't even know this ride was here, so to get on it again was incredible. What an amazing ride. The theming in there was excellent. I had a huge smile on my face the whole way around.
We're about to step into Fantasy Springs, the new themed port here at Tokyo Disney Sea.
I've not seen much inside this land at all, so I cannot wait to see how well the theming is in here.
This area is incredible. This trip, we've just been an emotional wreck. Like, honestly, some of the things we've seen, drawing us to tears, that was just amazing,
Oh my
wasn't
god,
it?
like literally I'm wiping tears from my eyes. That was so magical.
Today we're here at Tokyo Disneyland.
Another first time visit. I cannot wait to step foot in the park into the castle for the first time.
And here it is, Cinderella Castle in all of its glory. This is one of them rare moments on Theme Park Worldwide where I just don't know how to start this clip. That is the most beautiful thing, like the most beautiful ride I've ever experienced. Like, what happened?
That was stunning. There was a point in the ride where me and Sean looked at each other and we were both tearing up. Like, I cannot believe how well Disney have done with this attraction. It is beautiful.
Hello! Hey. So excited for this parade. What an amazing day we've had, like, it's been incredible. So we're going to see the park in the dark.
This hotel is amazing. When you're huge Toy Story fans like us, this is incredible.
Woody's Roundup. Hey, I love it. Look at this. Literally, we're staying in Andy's room tonight.
This is so cute. Like, we walked in and we was like, this is so lovely.
Oh, how awesome is this theming? And there's a look back towards the hotel. Well, we're back for a second day here in Tokyo Disney Sea. Definitely the best queue line for a version of Soarin'. Wow, look at this in here. It's a huge area. Oh, what a view. Woo! Oh, that's a high-pitched scream. And today we're in Tokyo Disneyland to get back on lots of the rides and also experience quite a lot of rides that we still haven't done yet.
Like the canoes.
Hey, hey, hey. That's it, Charlotte. Hey, hey, hey. Today we're here at Fuji-Q Highlands.
I am so excited to be here for my first ever visit.
I had forgotten just how intense that ride is. We've just come off Asian Acre and that was incredible. Firstly though, Charlotte, how did you get on there? I know you were quite nervous for this one.
I really didn't like that. Like Sean will see, I was screaming the whole way round. I just really didn't like that. It was so intense. It was the spinning. Oh God, I'm so glad that I went on it though.
And one of the huge reasons why I was looking forward to returning to this park was to get this view. 7 inversions total on here. And I'm excited to get back on this. It's got a fantastic launch hidden away.
The operations are just so bad.
Movement.
Yeah, but we're probably only going to move to here.
In all the years we've been riding coasters, that's the worst operated coaster I've ever been on. Well, we're here at Nagashima Spa Land in Japan for our first ever visit.
So there were 13 coasters at this park and the park looks massive.
Oh, the skyline when we arrived here on the bus this morning was huge and great to see. Riding the longest coaster in the world was a huge bucket list of mine, and we got it straight away first thing this morning, Steel Dragon 2000, and what an excellent ride that was.
That was really good, that was. It was lovely and smooth because of the train design. We got some great airtime and some great views from the top.
That was absolutely spectacular. That much so, we went straight back round for a second ride on there. We only waited 5 minutes for our second ride. Hakugai did not disappoint. That was phenomenal.
What an excellent RMC that was.
Beautiful that was. What an RMC. Definitely one of my favourites. Very fascinating ride, wasn't as bad as expected. Didn't really offer anything force-wise, but I'm so glad we got it because it was unique. Hey! So far though, this park beautifully maintained. And you got Charlotte over here. He's in a complete and utter mess, like, because she's fit. All the off around the side to catch it.
No.
Oh, blimey, can walk right under. Oh, that is close. Blimey, look at that. Oh, you would not get away with this back home. Fence is here, look at this. Well, we're here at Universal Studios Japan for our first ever visit.
We are really looking forward to getting in Super Nintendo World today because it's our first time ever seeing one.
Wow, this land is quite something, isn't it? There's just so much going on in here. Hey, look at this!
I don't know what's going on right now, it's just going so fast.
You got Toad just doing a little meet and greet. Yeah, he's not got a queue line or anything, you just kind of jump in and you can have a photo. Love seeing all the movement throughout the land. Like, there's just so much going on. Really is like you just step straight into the game. Straight away, I've got to say, that is the best operated flying coaster I have ever seen. So we just come off Hollywood Dream the Ride backdrop, and that was absolutely incredible, wasn't it?
That was so much fun, and even better that we got a night ride.
Brilliant! Oh, that's the best thing. I prefer that to the Toad hat. It's our final day here in Japan, and we're visiting Universal Studios Japan for a second day. it's time to leave Japan and make our way to Hong Kong. They've actually got these little ride-on machines here that take you around to the different gates, and they're just for anyone to use. Characters on the train. All the windows. Oh, I love it.
I love this.
It's nice. Well, we're here at Hong Kong Disneyland.
It's my first ever time at the park. I cannot wait to see what the park has to offer.
And here's a close-up look at the Castle of Magical Dreams, completed in 2020. I think this looks amazing, and it's really nice how Hong Kong Disneyland has now got its own unique castle as well. So welcome to World of Frozen here in Hong Kong. That's caught me off now. No! This is so much fun. I love it. Well, we're staying here at the Hong Kong Disneyland Hotel. Whoa, it is another hot day out here. We're filming this on the morning before the park opens, and I tell you what, the humidity here in Hong Kong is crazy, especially at this time of year. And Mickey, Minnie and friends there as well. I like how you got Goofy
I love that place.
playing a trumpet. It's time for our second day here at Hong Kong Disneyland. We're gonna get some nice aerial views. I'm on the lever in the front. You can press the buttons at the side as well. Some sound effects. Nice lighting. We're now leaving Hong Kong Disneyland, bound for Shanghai, China. Well, we're here at the final park of our 2024 Asia trip. We're here at Shanghai Disneyland.
I can't believe this is my final ever Disney resort to tick off.
And there it is in all of its glory, the enchanted storybook castle. Here we go, got my new arm just there. I think I should get that.
I love Lotso, he's so sweet.
He's massive. Lotso! I've got to say, they've done an excellent job with all the buildings around here. Look at this. Always up at night. Wow, the canopy looks amazing, doesn't it? It's time for the final vlog from our trip, and we're here for a second day at Shanghai Disneyland.
I cannot believe we are at the end of this trip. It has been amazing.
We might spin round here, or we might not. Got my nice green hat nice big green t-shirt. That's why I put this on this morning. 25 days of action-packed adventure, rides, emotional moments, funny moments. It's just been an amazing time, hasn't it?
It has been excellent, and we have loved taking all of you guys along with us.
Get out there and keep on riding. We'll see you back in the UK.